Assalamu alaikum. Hope people are doing well and safe. It's me, Dureshawar. Today we will talk about the another section of theory of production, which is the factor of production. In general, all things which we need to produce goods and services are called the factor of production. So, resources that are required to produce goods and services are called the factors of production. We can call them the FOP. Fine. So the traditionally the economists have classified these into four kinds. The first one is land, and the next one is labor. The third one is the capital, and the last one is the organization. Now we will discuss them one by one. What is the land and what is the labor and what is capital and what is the organization. So land is basically a natural resource. I have written the main characteristics corresponding to the factors of production. Land, labor, capital, organization. The first two factors, which is land and labor, known as the primary factors, and the next two, capital and organization, known as the secondary factors of production. The first one is land, which is the natural resource. The second one is the labor, which is the human resource. The third one is capital, which can be money, which can be man-made resource, which can be artificial resource. Fine. And the last one is organization. Organizations means enterprise and entrepreneurship. So let us examine these various resources categories into explanation. Every kind of produce is due to the factors of production. Production capacity of a country depends on the ready availability of factors, the degree of specialization, and the state of technology. Not only the quantity but also the quality of factors matters a lot. So now we will discuss the land. I hope you people now clearly understand the importance of these factors. So this is the very important to classify and to investigate the detailing of them. So the first one is land, which is the natural resource. Land is the basic resource without which nothing can be produced. The term land means all the free gifts of nature available for human use. So land is not a specific just the land which we use for the buildings and whatever, but land is a term means all the free gifts of nature available for the human use. This includes land surface for farming or buildings, soil, minerals, forest, mountain, deserts, rivers, seas, location, climate, etc. So land has some special characteristics. Fine. So we can say that land stands for all natural resources that have an exchange value. It represents those natural resources that are useful and scarce. Means it is not available as much as we want. It consists of all the free natural gifts. Fine. So no production is possible without the natural resources. So that is why the land is a primary resource. So land is considered as the fundamental factor of production, primary factor of production, because every process of production needs a land. Fine. So land has some special characteristics, which are the first one is land is nature's gift to man, is a free gift of nature and has no cost of production. The next one is its total supply is fixed. Fine. The next characteristic is it lacks geographical mobility. We cannot move the natural resources from one place to another. Fine. And the land is a passive factor. Land is required to put land to productive uses. Those countries which have abundance of land means abundance of natural resources have better chance for economic development. So land is a passive factor. So we will move towards the other primary factor, which is labor. Nothing can be produced without human labor. In general, by labor we mean the work done. But economics, this second factor of production has broader meaning. Labor means any physical or mental effort of the human being for some monetary reward. The work of a mason who accepts wage, work of a barber, work of a clerk, work of a teacher, work of a doctor, or an officer are different forms of labor. Any work undertaken for pleasure or as a hobby is not a part of the labor. Just painting as a hobby. So this is not a labor work. And we can take an example of Mr. Edie for Edie Foundation. He work done for the player, for her play, for him player, but not for a monetary reward. So this is not a labor work. Fine. So the characteristic of labor is the labor is perishable. Fine. Labor is a human resource. Labor is a perishable, and the labor is supply cannot be readily adjusted to demand. Labor has dual character. Human effort is used to create goods, and human use all good produce. Right? So labor has a dual character. Labor effort is used to create goods. The first character is to create goods, and the second character is to use all good produced. Fine. So our next factor of production is capital. Capital means all man-made things which help in production of more goods and services are known as capital. Thus all types of buildings, house, workshops, office, factories, shops, roads, equipment, machinery, motors, engines, computers, transport goods, tractors, and raw material, all are called the capital. Physical capital can exist into one of three forms. Fine. Physical capital. So now the question should be come into your mind that what is the capital and which things can be included in the capital. So physical capital can exist in one of the three forms. The first one can buildings are also a capital. The next one is can be stock of material and equipment and machinery. So use of capital makes the task of production easier and quicker. So goods enhance the productive capacity of labor and land. Fine. So agriculture production with the tractor will be much greater than without the tractor. So this more capital means more economic power. So we should know that, and we should clear about that capital is the result of some past labor and past savings. So capital goods are not wanted for their own sake, but because of its role in the production function. So capital increase in the stock of capital during a period is called investment. Fine. So the capital is very important, and man-made capital can be roads, buildings. So capital is a part of the wealth. Fine. This part of the wealth helps in producing further wealth or generating income. फाइन. जो वेल्थ आपको आगे वेल्थ बनाने में मदद नहीं दे रही, विच इज़ नॉट द कैपिटल. द मनी विच इज सेव इन योर लॉकर इज नॉट अ कैपिटल. फाइन. सो the importance capital we have discussed already. Now we will move towards the end of the factor of production, which is organization or entrepreneurship. The fourth factor is the special human resource of production is enterprise or entrepreneurial ability, which is supplied by the entrepreneur. Entrepreneur basically is a person. He hires the services of other factors. Means he hired the land, he hired the labor and capital and combines them in good proportion to get a maximum output. So the production process becomes the available or became the process because of the organization or because of the entrepreneur, because he combines all the land, labor and capital, all the factor of production in good proportion to maximum output and to get maximum profit. He supervises the productive activities including the marketing of his product. Fine. Marketing of the product is also responsibility of the entrepreneur. It is the entrepreneur who faces the uncertainty of a business and takes responsibility of success or failure, profit or loss. Fine. So it is the entrepreneur who decide that what to produce and how to produce. Clear? So the basic difference between the entrepreneur and other three factor production is that while land, labor and capital are hireable, entrepreneur is not hireable. Fine. So I hope you people can clearly understand. It is very difficult to declare that such and such factors are more important and the other are less important, since all the factors take part in the production process and no production process can be completed without any of these factors. It will be more realistic to say that the all factors of production are equally important. Fine. So an act of production always involves the all factor of production. If the services of any of these are missing, the whole productive process fails. Fine. The economists think that basically there are only two factors, land and labor. Nothing can be produced without people. Similarly, natural resources are required for the people to live and work with. Capital organization are the result of the services of land and labor. So if we investigate the role of factor of production in the historical perspective, we find that the relative importance of various factors has changed over time. So in the early period of civilization, when human needs were very simple, they were easily fulfilled from land by applying a little labor. For instance, a person could get bumping wood and drinking spring water without much effort. But with the passage of time, the relative importance of labor increased day by day because the land available to mankind became scarcer and human needs grew more sophisticated. For instance, a comfortable house needed more labor content than a simple hut. Fine. After industrial revolution, when the productive process became complex, the importance of capital increased. Manufacturing machines, building of roads and houses, and construction of dams involved huge amount of capital. So we can conclude that scarcity of resources is felt more than ever. At the same time, competition in producing and marketing of goods and services also increased. So to meet this difficult situation, optimal utilization of first three factors of production, which is land, labor and capital, is required more than in the past. To produce goods in greater quantity and at lower cost, combining the factors in correct proportions is very important. So this motive highlights the key role of organization in modern environment of businesses and industry. Efficient organization is the mainstay of banking, marketing and other financial or commercial practices. Fine. So I hope you people can understand clearly in the difference between the primary factors and the secondary factors and the importance and many other things. So, and also the historical perspective of these factor of production. Fine. So now we will finish here. Now another lecture we will move towards the rewards and the returns of these factor of production. Fine. What they can earn by the services. So till then, stay safe, stay happy and stay tuned. Allah Hafiz.